Kim boarded the elevator once more on her way back down to the garage. The sliding lights outside the elevator's glass strip zipped by almost unbroken, indicating the speed of her descent. Her phone buzzed, prompting her to glance down to see a notification from Instaface. It was Tara, one half of her twin daughters. Alone and with a moment to spare, she decided to take the call holographically. She held her phone flat in her palm as a shimmering VR hologram of Tara materialized in front of her, along with a faint outline of her daughter's surroundings. Framed by a soft glow from the hologram, Tara's facial expressions were a mix of curiosity and impatience. "Hi, Mom. Are you coming home soon?" Tara asked, her eyes darting around as she scanned her mother's environment through the VR feed. Kim smiled, though her voice carried a hint of exhaustion. "I'm leaving the condo now, so I'll see you in a couple of hours, darling." Tara hesitated, her brow furrowing. "Mom, is Dad with you? I've been trying to call him, but he's not answering." Kim's smile faltered. She wasn't sure why Ian hadn't answered Tara's calls, but she quickly masked her concern with a reassuring excuse. "I guess he wants to surprise you. You'll see him soon," she said, the words tasting like a half-truth on her tongue. "Okay, see you guys soon," Tara replied, her voice tinged with disappointment. The hologram flickered and dissolved, leaving Kim alone in the quiet parking garage. She sighed, slipping into her car and starting the engine. The quiet hum of the electric engine filled the silence as she pulled out onto the road, her mind racing. As she drove toward the mall, she finally decided to call Alicia. Alicia wasn't just a good friend. She was a trusted confidant and a sharp corporate lawyer who always had a way of cutting through the noise. Instead of using Instaface, she opted for a traditional voice call. Please call Alicia," she instructed her AI system. Seconds later, Alicia's upbeat voice filled the car. "Hey girl. What's up? Why are you calling me old school?" Alicia teased, her laughter warm and familiar. I'm driving," Kim replied, her tone light but distracted. "What are you up to?" "Just packing a few things. My flight leaves at 4, Alicia replied. Kim shook her head, a small smile playing on her lips. "You and those long-distance relationships. I don't know how you do it. Girl, after 2 failed marriages, this is just the way I like it right now. No commitments, just PNP, passion and pleasure," Alicia quipped, her laughter echoing through the speakers. "So what's going on with you? I thought you'd still be in bed, recovering from a hot night of passion and pleasure yourself." Kim chuckled, though it lacked her usual warmth. "Nah, I'm heading to the mall for some last-minute shopping before Khadijah's birthday party. I wish you could have made it. It's mostly going to be her family there." "Speaking of Miss Ghana, how old is she gonna be now, 25? Alicia laughed, her voice rich with amusement. "Nice try, 33, Kim corrected, a grin breaking through her earlier tension. "But she might as well be turning 25. Girl, she doesn't work out or eat healthy, and she still looks the same as when I met her 5 years ago. You say you don't know how I do it? I don't know how you do it. I respect your commitment to your marriage, but I couldn't do polygamy. Keep that stuff over there in Africa," Alicia said, her tone laced with playful criticism. Kim's smile faded slightly. "It's not what you think. I told you before, we made a pact to stay together. Plus, I still love him, even if it means I have to share him." "Did he even come back last night?" Alicia asked, her voice sharpening with curiosity. "Yeah, he's back, but he headed home to Oakville." "So y'all didn't spend the night at the condo like you planned?" Kim hesitated, her fingers tightening on the steering wheel. "Yeah, we did, but he had to head home early to take care of a business issue from his home office," she said, the lie slipping out more easily than she expected. Even though Alicia was a close friend, Kim wasn't ready to share the unease gnawing at her about Ian's recent behavior. "Oh, I see. He couldn't wait to see Khadijah," Alicia prodded, her tone laced with skepticism. "It's not that. She was with us, but she headed home late last night." Alicia paused, her intuition kicking in. "So what's up with you then? You don't sound like your usual cheerful self." Kim's throat tightened. She stared ahead at the road, the cityscape blurring as her thoughts raced. "Nah, it's nothing. I just wanted to run something by you, but it can wait till next week. You're coming back on Tuesday, right?" "Yep. Tuesday afternoon. I have a super busy week ahead that I can't afford to mess up." Okay, so we'll talk then. We'll do lunch. You have a great trip. At this point, Kim was now parked on the 6th level of the mall's parking garage. She sat in the driver's seat, her hands resting on the wheel, her gaze fixed on the windows of the building across the street. The glass panes reflected the pale morning light, but Kim's mind was elsewhere. It wasn't like her to shy away from discussing personal issues with Alicia, but this time, the stakes felt different. The fear of what she might uncover about Ian's behavior hung heavy in the air, as Alicia's lawyerly instincts anticipated a follow-up. After a long pause, Kim finally thought, F it, and opened up. Girl, tell me something, Kim began, her voice trembling slightly. Would you not find it funny if your husband came home after a long business trip with sex toys you've never heard of? And he knows exactly how to use them. I knew it. Alicia shouted, her voice a mix of triumph and frustration. I keep telling you that no man can be trusted, but you won't believe me. And on top of that, he's acting weird as hell. The last time he did something like this, he dropped Khadija on me. Now I'm thinking there might be a Japanese sister wife on the way. He already said we've got to have a serious talk. What do you think? Alicia sighed, her tone softening. Girl, I know it's going to be hard, but you've got to start doing you. It doesn't mean you got to leave him, but you've got to take care of your own happiness first. You share him, so why can't he share you? I wish all women were like me, she added with a hint of conceit. I refuse to let any man play with my emotions or disrespect me. Kim's chest tightened. I know what you're saying, but superseding all that, what do you think I should do about the immediate situation? Alicia's voice turned cold. Now I wish I wasn't going away. Hear what he has to say, and if it's what you suspect, then we've got to start plotting your freedom. I know you're deeply invested in your marriage, so if you don't want to upset the apple cart by leaving him, I know plenty of billionaires on Bay Street who love to kiss us sisters' feet. By the way, Harry Fitzpatrick still asks about you. Kim groaned. Girl, we only chatted for 5 minutes. Then I sent his drunk ass off to find his wife before he got any ideas. That's all it takes. You've got to come out with me to more of my business conferences. Peter was only in town for 1 day back in July. Now this is the 3rd time he's flying me out to LA. We spend all day cruising on his yacht, and at night we schmooze with Hollywood stars and Fortune 500 billionaires. Kim laughed despite herself. Hold on. If I do decide to step out on Ian, it won't be with some old dude who's just looking for an occasional bed warmer. No offense. None taken. Tell you what? Don't do anything rash until you consult with me first. We're going to start working on doing you as soon as I get back in town next week. Is that a deal? Maybe, Kim replied reluctantly. You'll come around. You'll see. We'll talk later, okay? Okay, talk to you soon. After ending the call, Kim sat in silence, her thoughts swirling. She waited a few minutes, half expecting Toi, the security system, to chime in with some scolding advice. But it remained silent, leaving her alone with her thoughts. Two can play that game, she thought to herself, but then immediately scolded herself for trying to engage in psychological games with an AI. Finally, she gathered her things, stepped out of the car, and headed into the mall, her heels clicking sharply against the pavement as she tried to shake off the weight of her unease.
Quantum Interface is an Afrofuturism tale infused with eroticism and adventure. If you haven't listened to the previous episodes, then visit my channel. Also, leave us a comment, then like, share, and subscribe for more exciting episodes to come.